So you want to learn how to find strong stock. Stay posted because in this video, I'm going to give you the straight talk on finding stocks that are ready to implode to the upside or downside, just stocks that are ready to move. And how really, when you refine this skill, these sort of things become second nature to you. The first thing we're going to look at is the contraction phase. Okay? Stocks don't go straight up. They did in 2020, and a lot of people made a lot of money in 2020. But the markets don't routinely go straight up. You know, they like to kind of stair step. A lot of people say that the market takes the stairs on the way up and it takes the elevator on the way down. Okay, so how can we use this to our advantage? Well, we do need to find stocks that are strong by paying attention to the stair-stepping action and seeing how defined that stair-stepping action actually is. Now, I want to show you guys an example. Tesla, early stages of, this is 2021. Okay, so post-COVID boom, we saw a retracement from Tesla. We saw, you're seeing here March of 2021, a retracement of that big blow off COVID move. And then I want you guys to really hone in here on one of the best examples I could possibly give you on what tight consolidation looks like, on what a strong consolidation looks like. Right here, May to October, guys. You really want to pay attention to this type of stuff right here. What makes this channel so, noteworthy is the length of time that this took place. I mean, we're talking May to October. We're talking 5 months, 6 months of consistent stair stepping. Now that's one thing that you really want to see in a strong channel, in a strong consolidation phase, is a long period of time. The longer the period of consolidation, the stronger the anticipated breakout. Okay, so we got that. We got a long consolidation phase. Now, the next thing we want to see is strength within the consolidation. And the best way to find strength within a consolidation is simply to look for the higher lows. Okay? Just like we got here in Tesla. How many higher lows did we put in? From this May candle way down here at 190. I mean, we put in one here. We put in one here. We put in a couple right here. Put in one here, one here, one here, one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's about 10 higher lows within that consolidation channel. And that's something that I like to see right there. That tells me that this thing is really strong. Okay, so we got a long period of consolidation. Beautiful. We got multiple higher lows within the channel. That's great to see. That checks another box. The next thing I want to see in a consolidation to really determine that it's a strong consolidation is going to be the volume on the moves up. And the question you need to ask yourself is the volume on the moves up stronger than the volume on the moves down? So when we clear this thing up here, we kind of zoom in on the chart. To me, it's pretty obvious here that our spikes in volume are coming on the way up. Right here, late June, spike in volume, spike in the stock, okay? Pull back, volume not as strong, consolidation, volume dies out. Boom, move up early August, volume spikes. Pull back, volume lower than the uptrend. You see what I'm getting at here? This thing's starting to give us clues as to what to expect. Here's the great thing about backtesting charts, guys, is now we can watch this thing play out live. So imagine today it's October 1st, right? And this is the chart we're looking at. Probably you have a position at this point in Tesla. But let's watch how it plays out, okay? Let's look at October 2nd. And let's see the next candle. Well, October 2nd was the weekend. So we'll go to the 4th, which is a Monday. Boom. Tesla with a gap up. 265. It got sold into, but the volume was impressive on that move up. Now let's just go ahead and look at the next day. Oh, another little sideways chop type of day. Okay. The day after that, another sideways chop type of day. How do we do on Thursday of the week? Little move up. More sideways within the range. Now let's look at the next week, okay? Monday, the 11th. Tight inside day. This thing at this point is so coiled up. It is so charged for a move here. Just hold on, guys, for what ends up happening. This is the best example of a breakout trade I can show you. Boom. This looks like it's starting to make its move right here. Fresh highs. Let's look at Wednesday. A little bit of a stall day. Couldn't go yet. Stay patient with it. What happens after? Another move. Boom. Patience pays. Patience absolutely pays. Now, so you see the expansion here. We got the expansion. This candle, trading it, I would have been like, that volume's a little less than impressive. But nevertheless, we got our expansion to 281. Here's the thing about a stock like Tesla. A stock like Tesla, it is, not out of the ordinary to see this thing pop for 100 or 200 points in a month. It's just the nature, it's the characteristic of Tesla. So to see it chop, to see it be range bound from 180 to 240, that's just 60 points. To see it do that for 5 or 6 months straight, that is, in a name like Tesla, that's about as consolidated, as tight you're going to see something like that. Now, from here, we're going to take it a week at a time on the chart review, and you're going to see how this thing shapes up. A week later, all of a sudden, that move is teeny tiny compared to where we're at now. And boom, we've broken out 30 points in 1 week, when it took us 6 months to go 60 points. See what I'm saying? Consolidation leads to expansion. Let's look at the next week. End of October here. Boom. We were here at 300. Now we're 370. And we got that 70-point move in a week. Absolute textbook contraction leading to expansion. And Tesla just went, it just went vertical. Let's take it the next week here to first week of November. All the way to 407. And then I think that's where it kind of stopped here. Yeah, we eventually sold. We sold the fuck off big time from 410. But still, look at this chart. Study this setup right here. The higher lows, the higher highs, the volume spikes on the uptrends, and that tight range. And when we see this in the future, we'll be ready to capitalize. But this, we talk about setups all the time. We talk about head and shoulders. We talk about cup and handles. We talk about, flags, pennants. This type of setup right here this, I would call this more of a breakout pattern. This is it's kind of a carving out pattern, a shape up pattern, where it tells me that the stock has a lot of strength in it. And these are some of my favorites to trade. You'll see a lot of the patterns that, I end up taking some size in for swing trades. They're setups just like this. They're just like this. But keep an eye out for setups like that going forward, because they prove to be some of the most explosive and most profitable trades that I've seen, guys. But that's all I got, My mentor, by the way, he traded that Tesla move, and I can very, distinctively remember he would never share his P&L. He would never tell us how much he was, winning on a daily basis in the markets. Let's just say he didn't need to make an income from his Discord. But I do remember him sharing with us on that day that Tesla made that. Here, I'll show you here. Let me zoom out. He traded this, took advantage. This 310 to 340 day, he said that he reached one of his goals, one of his milestones in the markets, of making $1 million in a single day in the markets. So incredible to think about the possibilities that are out there. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of years of repetition and refinement to be able to capitalize on this type of trade, and to hold it for that long, to not take your profit, but know that a big move is expected. But that's why he's a professional trader, and he doesn't have to get a job. So guys, focus on those patterns. Let's work at it until we're capitalizing on moves like that as well. That's all I got, guys. Peace. Hope you got some sort of value from this. If you did, drop a like, drop a comment if you want to see more content like this, guys. That's all I got.